Not sure what to make of your dreams? Wondering about whether there are hidden and beneficial messages within them? Well, I can help. In fact, I'm confident you've come to exactly the right place. Today we'll look at a vital test you can apply to your dreams to help identify the prophetic ones. For a couple of decades, I've helped dreamers around the world make sense of their dreams, and I can do the same for you. To help you identify your prophetic dreams, I shared the BIZARRENESS test in an earlier video. Today's test is what I call the remoteness test. What I mean by this term is that all or part of the dream is clearly outside the dreamer's everyday world, disconnected from reality. In real life, you can't ride a motorcycle behind the moon, for instance, and you most likely can't pilot a Boeing 747 because you're probably not trained and certified to do so. And in real life, you may have never been to Russia. And let me clarify the difference here between bizarreness and remoteness. While many dreams are both, remoteness speaks of something not currently inside your world. It's where you haven't traveled to Russia, aren't planning to, and didn't watch a movie this week that featured that country. Bizarreness, on the other hand, has more to do with feasibility. That what you see in your dream is unrealistic. Bizarreness and remoteness often pair up, though, and if your dream passes both of these tests, it may very well be prophetic. Here's a dream I'll share as an example of both. You're probably not going to be a grad student at Harvard in New York City, and I doubt while parking at the college you'll be handed a fold-up hat by George Soros, which you'll accept and put on. Nor will you probably watch your professor in the dimly lit and outdated classroom disrespectfully toss your completed assignment to the floor as if it was a fail, when it actually got a high mark. I doubt in real life your professor would then announce in front of the whole class which majors you should consider. In real life, that scenario is entirely absurd for several reasons, not to mention that Harvard is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, not New York City. Dreams like that of places, people, activities, and objects that are remote to us are a good sign that the dream is prophetic and should be properly interpreted in order to glean the hidden message. So let me interpret this one as if you had the dream. It's a fairly long interpretation, but here goes. The dream is about a situation comparable to attending what's arguably considered the top college in the U.S. But a person who holds or wants to hold financial control over you hopes you will entirely fold up what you're currently working on. To complete your endeavor, high-level education is required, but not necessarily formal. This person, who sees him or herself as the one you should look to for what you need to know, the professor in your life, has a couple of specific ideas as to what should replace your current endeavor. All right, that was the interpretation. Now to the dream elements. George Soros depicted financial control. The fold-up hat symbolized folding up the hat the dreamer was wearing, folding up shop, if you will. George Soros and the professor symbolized the same person in real life. As to why Harvard was in New York City in the dream, that city represents success. Think Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. So the learning the dream speaks of is connected to success, either a top-notch source of education or result of education, or both. So the dream urges the dreamer to carry on as planned, no matter the opposition and no matter how difficult the education. Now you ask, did that dream play out in real life? And if so, how? Well, sadly, the dream perfectly described my situation at the time, unbeknownst to me. And I can't say whether the person the dream depicted was fully aware of this either. The enemy could have been using that person without his or her knowledge, so I won't assign blame. But I eventually did just as the dream instructed, though doing so was painful. And after I regained my freedom, I commenced to learn a lot about the nuts and bolts, the technology aspect of completing my mission. It truly has been a high-level education, at least for me. And guess what? Here I am, still persisting. So that's the remoteness test to help you check and see if the content in your dreams may suggest they're prophetic. There's a caveat on this one, but I'll save that for another day and let you continue to explore dream interpretation, hopefully at propheticdreamers.com. For now, every blessing, and live beyond your wildest dreams.